Oh, this one hurts. This one sucks. Welcome to the vlog. Today I wanted to talk about the late, great Meat Loaf. That feels really wrong to say. Meat Loaf, you may know if you know me from this channel that Meat Loaf was actually one of my favorite singers and performers of all time. It's interesting, when I tell people that, a lot of people will say, really? Meat Loaf is one of your favorite performers and entertainers and singers of all time? And I'm like, yes, I don't know. They always seem to think of him as like, oh, he's that big guy from those crazy music videos back in the day. And it's like, yeah, or they know him from maybe one or two of his hit songs here and there. But his music was amazing. And I was also, of course, a huge fan of Jim Steinman, who wrote most of his music and also passed away just a couple of short years ago. I can't believe in that short a time span, both of them are now gone. That feels wrong. Yeah, I had followed Meat Loaf on Facebook. I don't know if any of you guys had as well. I had followed him on Facebook, and he always gives constant updates on there. It's very clearly not like just like a marketing team or anything. It's him on Facebook, making a lot of messages and replying to comments and stuff. And he was still doing that as of very recently. So yeah, this was something that his official Facebook posted today that I just did a total double take. I think I audibly gasped because, yeah, Meat Loaf. One of my heroes for just in every song. I mean, you can't say he doesn't give it his all. I mean, his passionate delivery of songs is second to none. I think I'm going to make a video tomorrow, by the way, all about his life and career. Usually on Fridays I do a rock history video anyway, so I'll cover his career, but I need to get more of a grip on it because I still just can't believe he's gone. Of course, Bat Out of Hell was his most famous album, one of my favorite albums ever made, in terms of Jim Steinman's songwriting and Meat Loaf's singing as well, and Todd Rundgren's production and the whole thing. It's an amazing album. Spawned two sequels, of course, Bat Out of Hell 2 in 1993. There was eventually a Bat Out of Hell 3 in 2006, but Bat Out of Hell 3 didn't involve Jim Steinman, I don't think. They used some of his old songs, but I don't think he was directly involved, and he kept touring till somewhat recently. I was lucky enough to see Meat Loaf live in 2016. Okay, so I saw him in Abbotsford, BC on June 28th, 2016, and unfortunately by this news that was the third to last concert, I believe, that he ever performed before he did retire from performing. In retrospect, it's amazing that he went ahead with the concert that I saw at all, because one of the things he talked about, like I said, he was on his Facebook a lot, one of the things he talked about on that Facebook was how terrible his back pain had become from years of surgeries, I believe, and how he had to retire from performing after how excruciating that last tour was for him. And there had been this terrible story and this terrible video circulating that week that, yeah, a few days before the gig that I was scheduled to go to, he fell down on stage. It was said, like, the articles made it seem like he had passed out and had to be rushed to hospital, but he said that his back just seized up and it caused him to fall down, and that wasn't super unusual for him, and it just became clear that it would be too difficult for him to tour anymore. But I know he was involved with Bat Out of Hell, the musical that came out a couple of years ago. He appeared at some festivities for that. I believe he did some speaking engagements here and there and kept active. Like I said, he was certainly active on his Facebook until very recently. So, still can't believe this. I'm going to wrap up this video here. This one's going to be kind of short. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to make a more in-depth video where I go through his life and career and history. But for now, I'm just going to process this news. So sorry to hear about this. And yeah, I'll catch you again with that longer form video tomorrow.